Hello friends, it's Astro here and welcome back to Shivery Timbers where, look at how great this is coming along. I reckon there's a few things that we need to do and, you know, there's some stuff in here that we need to repopulate after the tornado disaster. There's a big old gap over here to the back of Caleton. I mean, those are the kind of primary things that are ticking me off at this stage. I don't know about you guys. I think it's kind of coming along. It's kind of coming along. We're kind of, you know, we're approaching what I consider to be the end of this series. I'm not sure. I'm kind of feeling like, hey, this is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. It's maybe time to start a new city and try doing different things. I might actually go and grab the expansion, the industry expansion pack. I think that might not be a bad idea. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. Because at this stage, I'm kind of to the point where I'm looking at this and going, you know what? This is pretty. This is really nice, and I'm really loving how this city has turned out, and not really feeling like there's a huge amount more that I would like to change. I mean, there's a few things, like for example, I mean, let's do this. And then we'll do curly roads. And then we'll fix this section up in here. So that it's just a little bit less like that. Yeah, okay, cool. How's that? A little bit different? Good, very nice. And then we can just paint in some low density residential in here. We'll paint it in, shall we? There we go. So we can just blob out all of this. Blippity bloppity blue, just like that. There we go. So that'll be like a little low density zone. It's already piped up, so that's nice. They should get power in there as well. In fact, we can probably dismantle that big power cable there. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. So that should be nice. You know, people living right down there, they can be the guys that work at the fire tower, right? Keeping an eye out for forest fires. We've got, over here, we've got this section, which was fairly much decimated during the tornado, and it's now just kind of horrible, and people don't like it down here. So what we'll do is we'll give them a few things to do in this area. So we'll have maybe a snowman park here, and we'll have maybe an ice sculpture park here on Happy Accident Drive. Right, to help sort of service this out. I think there was a roundabout there, wasn't there? Like a merry-go-round, depending on where you're from. You call it a roundabout or a merry-go-round. But I'm pretty sure there was a merry-go-round in the middle of the... in fact, I'm not pretty sure. I'm absolutely positive that there was a roundabout just here. So, yeah, that seems to have been demolished. So this bad boy here can help take care of that requirement. It does need a little bit of water, though. So we can just scooch a little bit over, just like that. And that'll be taken care of there. Okay. And these guys in here, they should start dinging up now, thanks to this lovely fire pit park. They are slowly increasing. But not at a terrific rate. Maybe we can pop in some little paths for them. Oh, man. I've really... You know, this city has really worked out, I think. I'm kind of talking like it's dead already, but it's not. I mean, I'm still going. Don't worry. I'm not gonna just stop in the middle of nowhere and go, right, that's it. But I will call it at some point. Just letting you know. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to building things and making things, shall we? I think these guys could do with a few little paths to connect them to the main boulevard. Can we squeeze one in between these guys? Nah, we're going to demolish some dude's house. That's a bit of a shame. What if we come back this way, and we'll see if... Oh, look at that. Just got it in there. So let's get a couple of those. Get a couple of those stretching out, because there are tram stops around the outside here that these guys can pop out to, so that they can get to work without having to drive. This one's a bit of a problem. That's not going to fit. And then... that's fine. I reckon that should do the trick there. These guys at the back end here, do they need paths to get to Pierce Drive? Or Price? Pierce? Where did I get Pierce from? I got Pierce Brosnan on the brain. I don't know about you guys. Did you see the video the other day of Pierce Brosnan? Well, it's at a coffee shop, and someone gets handed a coffee with a picture of Pierce Brosnan from the 90s done in the foam on top of the espresso. The cappuccino. And there's a spoon that goes in and like breaks it and starts stirring it up, and then you pan back, and there's Pierce Brosnan putting on his "Yeah, I'm sexy, I know it" face, which I found quite amusing. I don't know about you guys. I thought that was quite fun. Pierce Brosnan, possibly my favorite Bond. I'm not sure, honestly. I think he was a pretty good Bond. I'm definitely enjoyed. Like GoldenEye was one of my favorite movies in the Bond franchise. I mean, everyone says that Sean Connery was the best Bond, and I argue that Sean Connery was probably the Bond with the most swagger. You know, he was definitely, you know, he was the sort of, I don't know, that he had that 1960s sort of, I guess, kind of like what Don Draper from Mad Men is potentially modeled on, is that sort of, yeah, I know that I'm awesome. You don't need to worry about that. He was also a just terrifying misogynist. If you go back and watch old Bond films, there's some fairly, there's some scenes there that make you go, oh, I'm pretty sure she explicitly said no about 6 times, dude. So, you know, I'm not too thrilled about what you're doing here right now. But look, hey, that's just me. Your opinion may vary, but I think that there is some stuff in old Bond films that these days doesn't really go too well. Doesn't really go with the way that we have come to think about and treat women. Just one woman in 2019. But anyway, Pierce Brosnan, pretty solid. You know, GoldenEye, good film. You had some hilariously not that great Russian accents busted out during that. In fact, I seem to remember there was that Russian like colonel dude who was forever trying to chase Bond down, and like he was in that first scene where they were at the factory, and there was you know, the big rack full of gas canisters that Bond shot and knocked out of the way, and allowed you know, it allowed him to escape. And this was after the dude had shot 006, Sean Bean's character, because it's Sean Bean and he has to die at least once in every film that he's in. Except for, what was it, The Martian. He was in that and he didn't die, although he did suffer a career death and wound up teaching children how to play golf, which, you know, considering how terrible he was during, you know, his time at NASA in that game, I imagine that getting out and teaching kids how to play golf was probably a bit of an upgrade there. But, you know. Anyway, what was I saying? GoldenEye. Yeah, so the hilarious part about GoldenEye and that colonel dude, was he a colonel? I think he was a colonel. It was as he was trying to catch Bond, and at all points during that game, during that film game, I'm playing a game right now. I'm talking about a film that I watched at one point in the past. And I thought the funniest part was that he was so caricatured as the, you know, inept and stressed Russian bad guy that he was constantly swigging from a hip flask whenever he was in a stressful situation. And even like when he was like in meetings talking about what had happened, he was like, you know, oh shit, Bond got away, and then stepped out of the room. And maybe I'm remembering that wrong, but I do seem to remember him busting out his hip flask all the time during that film, which, you know, it's fairly, let's face it, that's a little bit sloppy, you know, to say, look how inept this guy is. He drinks a lot. I just thought that was rather amusing. I don't know about you guys, but anyway, what are we doing here? I'm just kind of blathering away and talking about Bond films while I'm dotting down some large vegetation and just sort of filling in a few of these sections here and making it feel a little bit more, oh my god, that's a bit too large. Oh, that's way too large. Can we have... What's this? Castle wall ruins. Nah. Rock formation. Oh my god. It's way too big. Can I have a little rock formation? Just a wee one. Just a wee one. Just a... No, come on. A wee one. That's just a rock. What about this? What is this thing? It actually has brush options. I could brush that in. Should we make a henge in the middle of the downtown area or a broken down castle? I don't think that that's really necessary. Or an abandoned stone. No, we've already done those. What's this? Pier ruins and a shipwreck. Probably not. Probably not. What's this? Water structures. Nah. We'll just keep going with our trees. So, yeah. What do you guys think? What's your favourite Bond film? Did you prefer Roger Moore? There's a lot of people that I know that say that Roger Moore, which I find hilarious considering Roger is a term for, you know, it's a slang term for sexy things. And, you know, so Roger Moore, I think, is just the most hilarious and potentially the most apt name for someone who played James Bond, considering what James Bond was supposed to be all about. So yeah, are you a Roger Moore person? Are you a... Should I have that tree that close to the monorail tracks? Probably not. We'll keep that a little bit further away. Or are you a... yeah, I don't know. Let me know. What do you think? Which was the best Bond? Who was the best guy who played Bond? There hasn't been a lady Bond. Ooh. There has been a lady M, though. I thought that was good. Because, well, let's face it. The old... oh, crikey, what's her name? Dame... No. I was about to say Dame Edna, but that's a completely different person. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about. The lady who played M. I don't know. I'm not doing too well with names this morning for some reason. I mean, it is only 8 o'clock in the morning, which is fairly early for me. But I thought I'd squeeze in a quick game before I toddle off to work. And I was sort of sitting around before. I was in the shower as I was getting myself ready and prepping myself up. And I thought, you know, I do enjoy a little bit of a sing-song when I'm in the shower because, oh, it's a shower, and that's what that's what the shower is for. It is the perfect acoustic environment for singing to oneself and having some fun. And so I started to sing, and I busted out the old favorite, Rock the Casbah. And I actually tweeted about this too. But like, so Rock the Casbah, awesome song. I love it. It's great fun. And I was listening to that the other day. I was listening to a cover version of that. And I thought that was quite fun. And then I started, as I was singing it back, I somehow drifted into a David Bowie voice. And I thought, wouldn't it be awesome if I filled in this section with some residential? Wouldn't it be awesome if David Bowie had done a cover of Rock the Casbah? So like halfway through I started to roll into like Rock the Casbah. And I thought, God damn, David Bowie doing that would be awesome. And then it got me thinking about another subject that I saw. I mean, it's a little bit of a sort of an old topic now. But a little while ago, I saw a news article about a crew of guys in the States who have developed a thing called Lyrebird, which is like an AI. And what Lyrebird does is it listens to a human voice, right? So you could plug my voice into it. It listens to... Oh, look at all this traffic here. Yeah, I should probably fix this. This traffic should not all be jamming up and then entering in. Where are they going? It looks like they're jamming up. They're entering in here, and they're... Why are they entering here and then going out and around to here? That seems to be not logical, kids. Have I done something silly that it now thinks that this is a better path to get onto there? Or maybe I just... Okay, hang on. Let's check Traffic Manager here. And we'll look at these intersections and we'll see if I've restricted something that I shouldn't have. No, these seem to be all okay. So the pedestrian crossings are all turned off. People are allowed to swap lanes and enter the intersection, which is fine. Have I done something with this? No, not really. Maybe I should get rid of this one. So in this, maybe I should just say, okay, this can go to there as well. Is that fine? Does that mean that they're going to repath? We'll have to wait a little bit to see if the AI remaps that path for us. Or are they still all going to go down here and then... No, they're still doing it. Okay, bugger it. I can't be bothered figuring out what the heck they're doing. So I'm just going to delete that for now. Because... Oh, unless... This isn't one way, is it? Oh. Oh, I see. Someone did mention this in the comments. Okay, here's how this is going to happen. So, this intersection... No, I've lost the ability to click on this intersection. Boom. Intersection. This one. You can also turn that way. There we have it. Okay. That's a bit better. Right. I think that's what... I think someone did mention that in the comments. So, thank you for pointing that out. I'm sorry that I didn't figure that out until now. And we'll also just double check the restrictions again. Yes, I can't set the you may enter the roundabout on this one, which is a bit odd. Like, this button here should be here. What about if I check this? Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fine. I suppose if I... What if I remove that? Is it going to flow back? Holy dooly, look at that. That's way heaps better. Oh, sort of. Restrictions? Okay, that's fine. And these sides. Let's just get rid of all of these giveaways and let people flow into their heart's content. Is that going to help? Wow, look at how much traffic is flowing through that now. And yeah, this is starting to become a bit of a problem here. Just a little bit of a problem. Maybe we can track these guys. Where are you going to? Going to residential zones? Wasn't there a way... I think there's a way that I can click on a car and it'll show me what its path is. Here... Nope. No, nope. Nope. No. 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 And no. Okay, never mind. Low land value. Not enough heat. Oh, I see. It's not low land value. I just thought that that's what that icon meant. Oh. Okay, we've run out of heating again. Alright, we'll have to fix that up. Anyway, what was I talking about? Lyrebird. Anyway, so... right, Lyrebird. They made this AI, and it's crazy, and amazing, and I thought it was awesome. The other thing that I sort of thought about, while singing Rock the Casbah in a David Bowie voice, was that, well, wouldn't it be awesome if we had a David Bowie cover of Rock the Casbah? And while that's not possible at the moment, I imagine that with this sort of technology, I think that would be possible at some point, right? Now, you could argue, well, you shouldn't do that because David Bowie was an artist and you shouldn't have an AI then replicating his singing voice to make new albums. But you know that people are totally going to do that, right? You know that's going to happen. Like, I have no doubt that someone's going to get the license rights to David Bowie or, John Lennon, or name an awesome artist. Or, hey, let's talk about an awesome artist that just passed away. Keith from The Prodigy. Man, rest in peace. Thank you for making amazing work. And amazing music. During my formative years, I listened to a hell of a lot of The Prodigy, and I can remember even in my early gaming years playing, was it Wipeout 2097? Had Firestarter on it, and that was always like a high point in the game, where you were like cruising along, you get through all the other tracks, and then all of a sudden Firestarter would come on, you'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna get the best lap time this round. Ah, goddamn. I'm sad that he's gone. I'm sad that he's gone. But rest in peace, old friend. I hope that I hope that you are now at... Oh, my God. I hope that you are at peace. But, as I said, if it's possible for computers to replicate a human's voice in a speaking voice, then it has to be possible for it to replicate a human voice in singing, at least at some point. You know, maybe you have to feed it some extra data so that it knows what notes it needs to sing or something to that effect. But, yeah, I have to imagine that that's going to be a thing. And we could have, like, you know, a John Lennon version of Rock the Casbah, which would be actually probably pretty rad now that I think about it. You know, or, hey, a new Leonard Cohen album. There was probably heaps of poetry that Leonard Cohen wrote that he never then turned into a song, right? Because, I mean, I don't know if you guys have listened to Leonard Cohen. Most of his stuff is basically, it's poetry with music. And it's amazing. And if you haven't listened to Leonard Cohen, hey, go check it out. I highly, highly recommend it because it's amazing. But it's, yeah, it's just something to think about. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this sort of tech and what it may result in. Anyway, so how's that? I think we've populated out a few good bits and bobs today. I mean, that doesn't fit, so that can be left out. So we've gotten some. What's this? Facility full. Landfills and cemeteries have a limited capacity. Okay. Which facility? Did you want to show me that? Is it this one? No, that's a spa hotel. Did it... Where? Where was the full... Is it this one? No more room. Okay, we'll empty it out then. We've got plenty of incinerators. Go and empty that out. I mean, I've been wanting to empty that out for a bloody dog's age. This one's been finished, so that's fine. We can actually bulldoze that sucker. And then get that relocated somewhere else. So I had, like, a services zone over here with a snow pit. Right? So that's been working okay. And it's 0% full. So that's fine. And then there was one in next to Alf's Harbour here. Yeah. Snow dump. Landfill site. Landfill site. So that's finished emptying. So that can go. Great. And, oops, this one, 75% full. And when that's full, we can empty that one out as well. What's this? Road maintenance depot. Good. Good, good, good. And boom. Okay, great. Good. I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy with this town. I think it's come quite a ways. I feel like, you know what? I feel like we need a tree corridor through... we've got a tree line here, but then what we need is a corridor of trees. So let's make this, and I'll just do like medium alders, and we'll have a brush on this one, and it can be boop boop boop, like boop boop boop, doodly doo 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 doodly doo 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 doo. Oh, is that like the Tropico theme song? I think it is. I've got that on the brain. Someone's recommended that I play Tropico, and I kind of feel like, well, maybe that's what I've been thinking about. What I've been thinking that this town is starting to come to a close because, yeah, I kind of would like to play Tropico. Would you guys like to see me play Tropico? I would. Let's get a brush size like this. Oh my god, no. Yeah, I kind of feel like it's something that I would like to play. I've played some of the newer ones in the past, and I was okay with it, but I feel like I should maybe go back and play like Tropico 4. I feel like that was kind of a good time for Tropico. But I enjoyed playing Life on Mars. What was it called? Surviving Mars. Just because of the fact that it was, you know, such a great little sort of simulatory kind of game, and it's made by the same team as Tropico, so it seems logical that if I enjoyed Life on Mars, frick, I just said Life on Mars again. I've been thinking about Bowie. That's the problem. I'm thinking about Bowie, and that's one of his, you know, one of the songs of his that I you know, that I enjoy the most. Is it Life on Mars? Wow, I haven't had enough coffee this morning. I think that's the problem. I'm just sort of blathering away and talking about nothing in particular, but that's okay. I think we I think we can have a little break from me talking about exactly what I'm doing and maybe have a bit more of just a rambly session while we just randomly fill in. Oh, these ones are going to be all balked up because because everything's dead in there. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. There's some oaks down this side. Yeah. Yeah, and then spread up and around here, and have a few oaks in here like this. Just randomy-dandomy. Dotted in everywhere. Just populating this place and making it feel a little bit more like home. Not that there are... Actually, there are a fair few oaks around where I live. Right. We are saving and packaging, apparently. Thank you, game. I guess that's the cloud save system going at to its work. The deep space radar here, keeping an eye out for giant rocks that will crush and kill us all. And I tell you what, let's bugger this off. I don't think that needs to be there anymore. I don't think that's serving us any. And what is that? Is that a highway? Or is that like a 4-lane? Is that like this one? Is that this one? Is that what that is? It does appear that that's what that is. Okay, great. And we can replace this little leg that we just knocked out. Because, well, it wasn't knocked out. It was just missing because of the fact that it was connected via the toll booth. Do we still have one up here? I don't think we do we? No. Oh, yeah, we do. Alright, let's get rid of that one as well. And let's... Is that the same one? No. Is it this one? No. What is that? Is that just highway? Is that just a 3-lane... No. It's that. We're playing, let's find out what road it is. Okay, so it's a standard 4-lane road. Good, okay. Because there's this route here, right? That goes into the city anyway. So why would people go through the toll booth when they could just go straight via the straight road? And they are crossing over this way. Ugh. Do I want them to be really... I don't know. Is that... Hang on. Let's have a look at this. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And really, traffic in this city all told, there's a little bit of gunking up here on the main roundabout, but traffic all told is pretty... Oh, there's a little bit of a kink here as well. But it's pretty good. There's a few little busy points. Like getting into the city, you're going to expect that, right? Because you've got all of these roads all filtering into one road. And I don't want it to be more than one road, because I don't want to open this up, because then you get this filter point here, and that's where the traffic this way is coming, and that... Hang on. We don't have heating problems again, do we? Or did I forget to... Why are you guys not connected? Oh, you Burke. Check it. I missed this section. Didn't upgrade that section. That's why those guys didn't have any heat. Is there anyone else missing heat? No. Spiffy. These guys are all done. That's all fine. There's some abandoned stuff down here that I don't particularly care about. And aside from that, everything's pretty good. Anyway, yeah, I think that should probably take care of things for today. What do you guys think? Is it looking good? Is it looking fresh? Is it looking funky? Let me know in the comments down below. Friends, thank you very much for tuning in. Oh, hey, look, we're even back in a positive cash flow. Even after all the disasters, and after placing down all the disaster responsey stuff and bunkers and all that sort of crazy stuff, we're back up to a positive level. It's looking good. Friends, thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. I do hope that you join me again next time. I'll see you then.